Hare Krishna. Today we are going to hear about the deliverance of Shishupal. After glorifying Lord Krishna, King Yudhishthira selected qualified Brahmanas such as Bharadwaj, Gautam and Vashishta to serve as the priests of the Rajasuya sacrifice. Then many exalted guests of all the four social orders arrived to see the sacrificial performance. As the sacrifice proceeded, the ritual of first worship had to be performed, and the members of the assembly were called upon to decide who would receive this honor. So the youngest among the Pandava brothers, Sahadeva, he spoke up saying, Shri Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is indeed the most glorious person, for he himself contains all the deities worshipped by Vedic sacrifice. In his role as the super soul in the heart, he arranges for everyone in the universe to engage in his particular kind of work, and by his mercy alone, human beings can perform various kinds of pious activities and receive the resultant benefits. One who worships Lord Krishna worships all living entities. So, surely Lord Krishna should be worshipped first. This was Sahadeva's proposal. So, everybody in the assembly there agreed with Sahadeva's proposal and loudly congratulated him. Thus, King Yudhishthira happily worshipped Lord Krishna. After bathing his feet, the king took the leftover water and sprinkled it on his head. Following this, his wives, younger brothers, ministers and relatives, they also sprinkled this water on their head. Then everyone shouted all victory and bowed down to Lord Krishna as flowers rained down from above. Amongst everybody in that assembly, there was wicked Shishupal also. He was ever envious of the Lord, and however, he could not tolerate this worship and glorification of Lord Shri Krishna, because he always thought Lord Krishna to be his enemy. As per his past experience, when once he had gone to marry Devi Rukmani, at that time Lord Krishna had kidnapped Devi Rukmani. So he considered Lord Krishna to be his enemy. So in the assembly hall, he stood up from his seat and he severely rebuked the wise elders for choosing Krishna to be worshipped first. Krishna doesn't belong to a high family. Indeed, it appears that he is outside the jurisdiction of all religious principles. He always acts independently, not caring for the Vedic injunction and regulative principles. Therefore, he is devoid of all qualities. This way, Shishupal continuously started insulting Lord Shri Krishna. Even as he continued to blaspheme him in this way, Lord Krishna remained completely silent. But many members of the assembly covered their ears and quickly left the hall, while the Pandava brothers raised their weapon. Seeing this, Lord Krishna stopped them from attacking, however, and instead used his Sudarshan Chakra and he killed Shishupal. At that moment, an effulgent spark of light rose out of Shishupal's dead body and entered the transcendental body of Lord Krishna. King Yudhishthira then distributed plentiful gifts to the respected guests of the assembly and to the priest. And finally, he executed the purificatory oblation known as the Prashchita Homa, which counterattacks errors made during the sacrifice. So Yudhishthira's Rajasuya sacrifice having now been completed, Lord Krishna wanted to take leave from the king and set off for Dwaraka in the company of his wives and ministers. But Duryodhana could not bear to see this abundant manifestation of Yudhishthira Maharaj's prosperity, and apart from him, everyone else happily praised the glories of the Rajasuya sacrifice and of the Lord of all sacrifices. Hare Krishna.